Hello everybody, Mr. Dino023 here, and we are back with another episode of Speedrun Personalities. This week we're gonna be talking with Touchan, Sonic speedrunner for the GDQ, as well as very good in many other games like Shantae series, DKC2, and many other things. Recently, world record holder of Sonic 1 for the Sega Genesis. So let's go ahead and hear out from Kylie or Toucan or Touchan, or there's many ways to know her. But yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. Hey everyone, Mr. Dino023 here with another episode of Speedruns Personalities, and this time we're joined here with multiple world record holder, as well as she just recently run Sonic 1 for SGDQ. Here we are with the amazing Touchan. Hi Touchan, how's it going?
I'm good. My weekend is just starting, so already cracking open a cold one. And
Nice.
Yeah.
I should probably be doing the same here in real quick.
Yeah, didn't take me long. It's like not even okay, it's 9 o'clock. My sense of time is gone.
9 is a third time. 9 on Friday. It's a good time to get one.
Right.
All right, Touchan, tell us a little bit more about you, and alongside with that, I have a question because I keep calling you Touchan, but then I listen on the GDQ run that Boyd was calling you Toucan. Is it Touchan? Is it Toucan? How do you prefer it? And tell us a little bit more.
All right, so I didn't start going by Touchan until about January. That's when I came out. And before that, everyone just called me Toucan. And this was like not like a major facet of me coming out. I wasn't like, and also you have to throw an H in there. It was more like just so all of a sudden I was like cute, I guess, like I'm the cute one, so it's like they call me Chan instead of Can. It was a play on my old name, Toucan. I'm not calling myself cute, by the way. All right, but well, I'm just saying, like, that was the thinking behind it. So I used to go by Toucan Sham, was my old name. I've had that name forever, like since like high school. I'm in my 30s, by the way. But anyway, I was Toucan Sham, and then I just started going by Toucan. Everybody called me Toucan, and then I landed on Touchan after I kind of switched gears on everyone. So.
Oh, got it. Yeah. So also on that note, and we're gonna be talking about many things. Everybody that watches, we like to talk about like a little bit of the personal life aspect, as well as the speedrunning and gaming interest and all that. And I do want to talk a little bit more about you with this coming out. I know you mentioned that you're open with it.
Yes, I am.
I want to know a little bit more about like how you felt like, I know this is a very important, I guess, aspect and a very important phase to go through. Did you feel like the gaming community, and in this case the speedrunning community in general, like made this process easier for you, or how has it been related like right now in gaming? And afterwards, if you want to, also you can speak about, because I saw a tweet about you going back to your school. I'm being a little bit nervous about that because it was the first time you would see like your old colleagues with the new change. So how it differ, and did it was easy because of the gaming community? Did it help at any point in time, or how was all this experience for you?
All right, well, well, just to clarify, I am a teacher. And I do teach in a southern U.S. state, and so there's some lingering attitudes, that are like less than welcoming sometimes. Sometimes you will encounter people who have, like not the highest regard for folks like me, and when you have, like students and stuff, it's like, is this going to be a problem with people? Like, it shouldn't be. Like, I'm committed to being a good teacher, all that stuff. But it's, you don't know, like, what kind of heck they're going to try to raise. Yeah. But, so going in, it was kind of like, what's going to happen? Because, I'm like the first trans woman at my school and all this stuff. So far, that's been great. That's where the gaming community, like, it's been, okay, speedrunning. I've always found speedrunners to, or in general, the speedrunning community has been very open and welcoming to that sort of thing. Like I noticed myself going to GDQ, like a lot of people I meet, you know, I would come to learn that they're trans or they're, you know, some other part of the, you know, the whatever you want to call it, the
circle?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no great word. Circle. Sure,
Yeah.
it's a circle. they're one or many of the letters, you know, and so it's like, wow, like, you know, these are interesting people. They've got a lot of dimension to them, and they're very inclusive. It's not just like one homogenous type of person, and everybody is friends and stuff. And, you know, like just speaking in high level terms, it's really, really inclusive community. I can't speak for anything beyond speedrunning, but I just know that speedrunning is like, I don't know, like it's just very, everyone was very kind to me. I encountered very little like pushback at all. And that's the thing, like if you grow up with this, you know, like you're thinking that somebody who grew up in the 90s when it was like really not you know, as widely accepted, I guess.
Yeah.
You are somewhat conditioned to expect a lot of pushback from like everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because you go your whole life thinking everyone's gonna hate you, which sounds super sad, but it's the truth for me. I really thought that's how it was gonna be, and so far it's been like complete opposite, the contrary. And it's not. I'm pretty lucky in that regard. It's not that way for everyone. So I can't just say like, oh well, everything's fixed now either. But by doing what I can to like kind of carve out, blaze trails for people who are gonna come out after me, you know, like whether it be, you know, do a SGDQ run and just be myself and it just be normal, you know, and everyone sees like there's not a big deal to be had here. That's kind of like, that's what I hope to do by being open about things, even if it, you know, kind of puts me under a microscope, whatever. I feel like that's less important. So
I understand, and definitely, I mean, I'm not from a southern US, but I'm from Mexico. And everybody here is like super Catholic, like super traditional. And I know for a fact, I mean, I like not myself personally, but I know it would be very, very difficult to go through something like this. And I'm very happy for you as well as for all the speedrunning community that I've learned myself, also being back in GDQ, in AGDQ this year. I was so impressed about like how inclusive everybody was. Like they really don't care about like how you dress or what are your likes, tastes, or anything. Like they all care like we're all like people sharing kind of like a same type of taste, I want to say. And everybody, at least in my experience, was super open and super inclusive. Like whether they're famous or not famous or whatever, it was a very, very awesome experience from my point of view. And now, before we move on and we start speaking a little bit more about this speedrunning and gaming aspect, what shares or what thoughts based on your experience do you think you can share with somebody else that might be going through this type of change, or that they want to come out, they want to also experience this transformation? Do you feel like you could be somebody they could reach out to ask for advice or to have somebody to talk to, or what would your comments be for anybody else going through the same situation?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because there are people who are afraid to ask that for themselves, you know, justifiably. It's like, why do you want to know? You know, but yeah, like I'm absolutely somebody that people can reach out to. And, you know, shameless plug, I do have a Discord that does have channels dedicated to that sort of thing too. People can find some community there, you know, or people lend an ear, safe place for it. But I guess my biggest piece of advice in general would just be to, you know, like start building a support network if you can, you know, like from a grain of sand, and just keep like, you know, like keep expanding out until you get this like pearl of a, you know, it's your support pearl. Right? I don't know where this analogy is going, but basically like it starts small, you know, like you tell like when your most trusted people, right? And maybe they don't have a lot of leverage over you, they're just a friend. It's like if you tell like your mom or dad and they may not react well, you don't want to get kicked out of your house or something, you know, which happens.
Mhm.
But like if you tell a close friend, you know, and they're not gonna, you know, freak out or anything, then, you know, which in my case they almost never do. Then, you know, you start there, and yeah, you just try to find a place to be safe, you know, like yeah. And speedrunning, I will say, is a really good place for that. Like I know a lot of, you know, like trans speedrunners and other letters, right? So you will find community in speedrunning, I feel like. Yeah, building that support network is really, really important. I will say that like pretty much everyone I know is aware. Grandma, everybody, right? Like how my grandma is the extreme of the gamut here. Even Granny knew. But like everyone in my life knows, and so I feel like I don't really have a lot of frontiers left to kind of, you know. And now that my support network is pretty much just my network in general, you know, it's I started from one person too, and you just kind of you do a brave, you do a brave, and eventually, you know, even if you hit some bumps in the road, you'll eventually spread your color everywhere. And
Got it.
All right.
And that's pretty good. That's pretty amazing, to be honest, that you were able to, that everything seems fine for you right now, and that you can.
I'm lucky.
Yeah,
I'm lucky.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Again, I think there's many bumps, like you said, for many people that would be going through similar situations. So again, yeah, there you have it. Find a safe spot, I guess, and go through your own rhythm. And there's always somebody that you could reach out. There's always people that are gonna be supporting you. And I guess that's the people that you gotta get close to help you go through this.
Yeah, and be prepared to be surprised by just how cool people are with it. Like honestly, like it I heard a piece of advice once, and it's a little bit too real, maybe, but it goes like this: is you'd be amazed at how little other people think of you. So like if you're sitting there obsessing about, and I mean that in a totally good way, like it's advantageous. If you're worried about what people are gonna do in response to it, like they really, you know, they have their own problems to worry about, and it might be jarring to them at first. Yeah. But they'll get used to it, I promise. Well, I can't promise it for everybody, but like for the most part, you know, I will assure you that it's likely the case.
I agree. I agree with that, and like you said, in the good way. Like, and mostly, I guess, take decisions more for yourself rather than for what people is gonna say, do, or think about you or not. Like, I think you gotta put yourself first most of the times.
I think so too. Like I said, like I'm you know, I'm in my 30s, and I'm not getting any younger. And it's like, am I gonna live my life for myself, or I'm just gonna like keep letting people pigeonhole me into, you know,
whatever they want?
And it's like you kind of just throw your hands in your air. And you're like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm gonna go get some ice cream. I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna be a woman. Yeah, I am a woman.
Pretty good.
Like,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for sharing and for being open, Touchan. I really, really do appreciate it, and I'm sure there's gonna be people out there that are gonna be able to benefit from this word. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know, listen it from somebody else to get that little bit of encouragement to do things. So speaking about doing things, well, you have a lot of world records right now. Well, you have a few on Shantae.
I have a few.
You have you had a few months ago the Sonic one, and I know you worked very hard on that one, and I wanna talk a little bit more about that one, because I also find it very interesting that you did it with your console that you had as a kid and with your cartridge that you had as a kid. So I guess this world record meant a lot for you.
Is that right here? It's not for resale.
Not for resale.
Came with the bundle.
The bundle one. That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell us a little bit more about like how you chose Sonic as your speedrun, and how you decided like, I want to be the best in this game. I want to just do it. Okay, well,
it's not the first or even the 10th or even 20th game that I've picked up the speedrun. I'm a bit of a I don't know, wandering soul when it comes to learning speed games, and I like the whole sport of it, you know. And I like learning stuff, and then like hitting a goal, and it's like, all right, what's the next beat, you know? Where can we go from here? And I think of it like almost like it's like the difference between like a classical musician who can play this one piece very well and they've been playing it their whole life, you know, or there's like and that might be totally misunderstanding classical music, but like I feel like, you know, like you probably practice that etude a lot in your life versus, you know, like another like a more contemporary musician, I guess, who learns a new song every day, you know, and they don't sit there just playing the intro to Sweet Child of Mine over and over. They go from song to song. I feel like I'm more like in that latter category. As for Sonic itself, I saw some really cool runs. You know, I saw people like Mike, I saw Zaxxon, I saw Joey Baby, I saw Supersonic, Flying Fox, you know, Fozon, all these people were playing Sonic. And every time I tune in, I'd be like really interested in what's going on, because like I'm a huge Sonic freak. You have to know this.
Okay.
A couple years ago, me and a friend of mine, shout out to Hikiko Mary, awesome cosplayer by the way, close friend. We were on this huge Sonic kick together, and we went and we watched every episode of every Sonic cartoon, and we like each played through like every Sonic game. We were like getting all the merchandise. I wore this watch right here. This is a Sonic Heroes watch. Oh,
okay, interesting.
I wore that during my stream. I have a lot of weird Sonic memorabilia, even like at hand. Like
I can see a plushie, I think, right now.
Here. There is a plush here.
Yeah.
I feel like a little kid. And this is my toy, and this is my. But I got all this stuff here, right?
You definitely like Sonic.
And more. I do love Sonic. I grew up on Sonic. I had like the little piggy bank when I was a kid. I had the Sonic birthday cake in 1992.
Nice.
Right? I had, like I was obsessed for a long time. And hugely influential, formative series for me. And but I realized all the speed gaming I've been doing, I hadn't picked up a Sonic game yet.
Whoa!
And I was like, "What's going on here?" You know. So I had to make young Touchan proud. So I picked up Sonic 1, and I had it laying around, obviously. And I was just like, fire it up, see what happens. And you know, I got a 19, I got an 18, I got a 17, I got a 16. And eventually, you know, I was driven. I had a spreadsheet. Yeah. You know, I'm not messing around. I got a spreadsheet. So,
when you got a spreadsheet, you know you're serious.
Yes, it's like, where does the spreadsheet come from? Oh yeah, determination. That's where it came. But eventually I got down to the point where I had it for a hot minute, you know. And who knows, maybe I'll get it back again. But honestly, like I could keep running this game over and over and over. I don't really get tired of it. Like I get tired of grinding it, but you know, it's keeps drawing me back.
And it feels like a very interesting speedrun. This is the thing that I like about like games that kind of look, I want to say, I guess basic, like on the overview. But when you get deep into it, like especially in speedrunning, you start noticing that there's more than just running and jumping. There's like a million things that I kind of understood from watching you, but I understood even more like yesterday when they were explaining on GDQ, and I was like, this game is very deep. It's very deep.
Because so like, I'm glad you mentioned that actually, because the joke is you don't think, just press button, right? Just press button at the right times, sure, but it doesn't always line up the way you want it to, and so you have to like make little like last minute adjustments. You have to account for things like jump height, right? Or you know, some of the jumps are just difficult in general, like some of them are pixel perfect, you know. You have to account for momentum, you know, or like slowing down or speeding up faster. You jump to accelerate faster in the air, or staying above the speed cap, you know. You'll hit like 1,000 miles an hour, and then you hit right on the D-pad, and all of a sudden you're going, you know, like 50 miles an hour, and it's like, you know, what happened? There's a thing there. There's something happening there, and so there's always like little bits to know. It's not just like, oh, there's only one face button. It's for jump. So that's it. It's just jump a lot. You jump a lot, but you have to jump in specific ways.
In the right times.
Right times. Yeah. And, the strats can change on a dime. So you have to kind of adapt to things. And yeah, like that's really any interesting speedrun to me. Like once a speedrun's like solved, it becomes uninteresting to me. There's no disrespect to people who grind things are like really, really, really optimized, but like I like when there's a little wiggle room, because then the human element kind of takes over.
Yeah.
And and I really appreciate that personally. So there might be a day where I get tired of running Sonic because it's just it's as optimal as I'll ever get it, and it's like it's cool. There are other games.
And let me ask you something. Is Sonic your favorite speed game from the ones that you run? Or do you have another game that this is my favorite game from the ones that I already know? I mean, or you.
Yeah, my favorites are the ones I've run, which will remain a mystery, I guess. Sonic is not my favorite. It's very fun, but it's not my favorite. Just like, like I like chocolate ice cream. But I might really like, lime sherbet or something,
Yeah.
Like that's I like them both. I would say like my favorite is probably DKC2 or Link's Awakening. So I used to run Link's Awakening DX, yes. And that is a fun speedrun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're just starting out looking for any game, try Link's Awakening, honestly.
Yeah.
I had a much better spot in the leaderboards there like 4 years ago, but dropped down pretty low there. But it's just really fun, and that draws me back to a game more than anything, like personal enjoyment, more than like, oh, I have to get a better time, but I don't really want to play it. I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna play something I enjoy.
And that's very good. I think that's a very good approach towards speedrunning, I guess. Like, do it while you still have fun. And if you're starting to hate the game, maybe take a break or something. You don't want to start hating on a game that you loved like all your life just because of speedrunning, right?
Yeah. Like, that's so sad, Yeah. It's like, gosh, can't compare to anything.
That's fine.
Not easily.
It's very funny that you mentioned both Link's Awakening DX and DKC2 because those are two runs that I love. I want to one day try DKC2. I'm just a little bit intimidated by all the tech that is on that game. and I did try Link's Awakening once, but I quit when I couldn't get the... There's a skip in like the forest. I don't remember if it's called Forest of Illusion or the name of the forest. And there's a skip with like an arrow. You get like hit and you skip like the hole. I couldn't get that for 3 minutes. I don't know, many attempts, and I was like, I guess Zelda speedruns are not for me. I'm just gonna keep watching them.
I mean, you could take like the minute time loss or whatever,
and just do the regular route, right?
I'm sure there's some other way. I'm actually like I used to struggle with that. I actually don't know if there's another way around apart from, giving the Tanuki the thing or whatever. I won't spoil.
Yeah.
But
so somebody might play it because I mean the Switch version just came out, so it would be spoiled for that, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a big barrier for entry, sure. But like after that, it's if you can land the tricks, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, no, that and DKC2, full attack. I got a 39 last year, and I want to pick it up again at some point. Get a 38. Void will not get off my case about like when's Donkey? You gotta get a 38. And that doesn't sound like him at all. But I will get it, probably when they find another like minute time save and it becomes free.
Very easy to get that 38, right?
Yeah, I'll get it.
I'm sure you will. You're a pretty good gamer.
Pretty good gamer, yeah. PGG. PGG.
Speaking of good gamers, I mean, you were selected for this GDQ. As far as I could find out, I think this is the first time that you participate doing a run inside GDQ.
I have one run previously.
Oh, you have one run previously.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it wasn't like it didn't like knock the walls down or anything. I ran Shantae Risky's Revenge, in SGDQ 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's it's not as well known as like some of these mainline series like Sonic and Mario. But Shantae's like kind of gained in popularity over the years, and it's still an active series. But it was my first run, and that was actually like with people there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was relatively new to the scene, and it was incredibly nerve-wracking. Also, they moved my run because schedules move around in marathons, and that's the thing. But like my run got moved into like the middle of the night where I'd normally be asleep, so I had to do that. Also, I was running it on PC, and there were some like PC related snafus that were kind of like stressing me out further.
Okay.
Actually didn't end up using the keyboard I normally use, like the keyboard that I play the game on keyboard.
Yeah.
So I had to use like a loaner keyboard, which was a mistake because they had this like weird stringy thing. I still remember it. It would like the thing would rattle a little bit when I go, and I was like, this isn't ideal. So like I'm like doing it in front of thousands of people, whatever. But I made it work.
Yeah.
Came in under estimate. Last boss wouldn't cooperate. I nearly went over estimate because of it. Yeah, it was kind of a rocky start to my GDQ career, and in a way, like I've been kind of hoping to get another GDQ run in, if only to kind of drown out the last one, because while I was proud of my run, to an extent, like I knew I could do better. And that's another thing, when I was running Sonic and they started having the technical issues, it was just like, okay. It's just like a meme. But it went well, so.
Yeah, I agree. I think it went pretty well. The technical issues were kind of outside of your control, right?
They were. Yes. Like I'll tell you about it actually. So I was going, and we were rocking and rolling, and I didn't hit Green Hill 3 yet, but everything else was coming along. It's like, okay, cool. And I got all the way to the 3rd zone, and then I hear in my ear, it's like, hey, stop playing. You're like, it's like, is this like are you a ghost? What's happening? So I didn't recognize like the voice. Yeah. And it's like, oh no, like I'm hallucinating or something. No, it's like, no, we need to stop playing, and we're gonna have you reset. And like, nobody else could hear this but me and Boyd, and it was like, all I could do was just like, okay. And and then they briefed me like while we were off air, and I was like, okay.
And then you traveled from the future, and you redid things.
We came back in, and then it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because then I got Green Hill 3 bounce. Yeah. I got that strat that I missed before. So it was like, cool. Like the stars aligned, and I actually was given a second chance to do that. It was like something out of like an anime or something, second chance. Yeah. And and that was actually like, I think Spike's highlight of the day was that it wouldn't have happened without the technical snafu. So really, I'm thankful for it. No way.
Yeah. I think those type of scenarios sometimes make it for I guess the run to be more talked about, and like you say, become a highlight of the day.
I think it also, like, I saw a lot of people were commenting about how well I took it. Yeah. And like I'm proud of that. Like I'm a big champion of people not getting mad at their games, or like little things like that. Like, don't let it get to you. Yeah. Help it, and so it was cool to kind of like it's better to happen to me than somebody who it would like really stress out. Like, it stressed me out a little bit, but like it could ruin somebody's rhythm completely. Yeah. And so for me, it was like, okay, stuff happens. Okay.
Yeah, I agree, and it's amazing that you had that mentality as well, going towards it. Like, it's so fun. We're all helping a good cause, and
Yeah.
it's stuff that happens, right? Everybody's human, so things can happen. I'm happy that they were also able to be fixed for you. So let me ask you just a couple more questions. I also wanna, like, I know the experience this time for you then. I was not aware of your previous GDQ run, but how different was it for you then to prepare for it? And also how different was the feeling for you to perform, I guess, kind of the same way that you normally do on your own channel? I mean, for thousands and thousands of people, but from your living room or from your space where you stream, how different was it for you from the experience, like, with actually having a live crowd, as well as the preparation going to it?
It's cool because I have anything I could possibly need is at my disposal here. You know, like I've accumulated it, like whatever equipment or whatever, even a comfy pair of socks. You know, like when you're at a hotel, it's like, you know, it's hard to keep up with like everything you'll need, and you have this, like, I have this carrying sack, I have all this stuff in it. And you know, it's like, oh, I forgot my hairbrush or whatever. You know? That wasn't my problem then, but like, yeah, it's I don't know, everything's like within reach here. I'm already comfortable with my environs, right? And I can even have like cool lighting. You know, I can turn on my LED thing, and I don't have like, you know, like 1,000 gamers staring at me from behind, and like, so I don't have to think about that component of it. It does calm the nerves a little bit comparatively. I mean, you know, like I've only had one run on the stage. I've actually only ever been on the stage once. I've never really commentated a run either. I've only had the one run that I ran, and I had this. But it, you know, and also like in my case, it could just be like the fact that that was years ago, and like I'm a little more, you know, experienced in life, and I don't worry about like appearances as much, not in the same way. It'd be completely inaccurate to say I'm not worried about appearances. I am, but like, you know, in a different way. I was trying to fit in at all then, and now I'm just like trying to just, you know, adjust things, but majorly. But anyway, it is different to be inside your house doing it, and it's cool because you can also like, you can change the camera filters ever so slightly, you know, to be like a little more flattering. You know, you've ever had like a friend take a picture of you and you're just like never ever become a photographer. This, the real reason is I'm just not very photogenic. But color lookup tables are very helpful. So.
It's because of your friend.
Yeah.
I would be that friend. I suck at taking pictures. I'm very, very bad. Yeah. They will be like, so, take a picture of the face. I would take the shoes maybe or something.
It's like, well, I guess it kind of looks like a face. But yes, to recap, I am insanely like into appearances. Like I say I'm not, but I totally am. Like I don't want to look bad in front of a lot of people, you know. But then that's out the window too. You don't have to worry about that as much. Just, you know, you can make it your own presentation now. You have a little bit more autonomy over it, and that's cool. Nice.
All right, so before we close up, Touchan, for everybody watching this video, where can they find you? Where, like, if they want to be like, hey, I want to watch more about Touchan's content, where can they find you? And what projects or what do you have in mind maybe coming up for the rest of the year, or maybe in the early next year? Like, tell us a little bit more about your future and where people can find you.
Sure. Okay. So you will most likely find me by typing in my name on like anything. Right? You like go on like Twitter or Instagram or like Neopets, whatever, and you will
Neopets. Wow, that's old school.
I don't know if that's still around, is it? But
I don't know. Maybe.
Touchan, you'll find me there. You know, my stream on Twitch, it's just, it has a 0 for an O, so it's T0 UCHAN. That's really because the 0 gives you power, gives you gamer power, you know.
Oh.
and
nice.
Yeah, Yeah, which don't tell anyone. But it's,
I won't. I would
Yeah,
just
yeah.
add another zero on my nickname for no reason, I guess.
oh, sure.
I won't say anything.
Mr. Dine Zero, when did that happen? And nice world record.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my Twitch channel, I have the Discord I mentioned earlier. I'm all over the place and very tired. No. And then I forgot the last part of your question.
Yeah, like what can they expect from you maybe on the rest of the year, or maybe like what projects do you have in mind?
So there are some games I want to return to. Like I'm actively playing Sonic right now, grinding for world record again. I only need to save 5 seconds, right? DKC2 I'd like to go back to, get a 38 Ninny. I've been wanting to revisit some of the RPGs I used to run, Earthbound, FF7, just for fun. But you never know. And lately I've been learning Zelda Classic Trilogy. I told you I run Link's Awakening. I've also done a lot of Link to the Past randomizer, and I just started doing NMG runs for that. And I got, what did I get? I forgot what I got.
Sub 130 yet?
It's like a 140, like just
that's pretty nice.
It's 140.02, that's what it was.
Nice, nice.
But I got that, and I learned Zelda 2 and Zelda 1, so I want to do like Classic Trilogy, but maybe Classic, whatever 4 of those is called, like Tetralogy, I don't know. Classic
Quadrilogy?
Quadrilogy. And because I just like Zelda, it's actually my either my first or second favorite series behind Blue Blair here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on. You never know with me though. Like I might be running like it's any random game by Christmas time. I'll be running like Cool Spot or something. I have no idea. But yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Especially again, like you just run what you enjoy. I think that's amazing. And for everybody that wants to tune in to more Touchan content, we're gonna leave all the links down in the description below. And for me, I just gotta thank you once again a lot for your time for this interview, Touchan. And yeah, just for your time. Thank you so much for being here in the Speedrun Personalities.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry I kept putting it off. Just like I've been scrambling for work and I would just feel like, oh no.
Nah, this is fine. You did great, I'm sure.
I'm glad we could finally talk because this was fun.
Yeah. Thank you everybody. See you on the next mission. Have a good one. Alright everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode for Speedruns Personalities. Remember, if you enjoy this type of content, you can help the channel a lot by leaving that subscribe, ringing that bell. I'm gonna be posting a lot of episodes now, finally, for more speedrunning news almost on a daily basis. We're gonna be covering more interviews of speedrun personalities. We already have a few in deck, so I'm gonna be announcing them as they go on Twitter or here and stuff like that. And if you want to check out me live while streaming, I stream every day from Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. Central. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for me today, and as always, I'll see you on the next mission. Have a good one, everybody.